Welcome to this premium explainer. Look, today we're taking a dreaded, time-consuming chore and completely elevating it into a highly systematic, scientifically backed masterclass in professional bathroom restoration. We are going way beyond just surface-level wiping here. We're going to teach you the exact protocols industry experts use to achieve maximum hygiene, protect your expensive fixtures, and drastically increase your efficiency.
Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty tough question, but it's one that separates the amateurs from the true professionals. Are you actually cleaning your bathroom, or are you just moving bacteria around and maybe even creating toxic gas? I know it sounds harsh, but a lot of the standard methods we all use are literally working against us. To fix that, we're going to follow this standard operating procedure. We'll cover the professional mindset, chemical safety, the ultimate workflow, advanced restoration, hidden hazards, and preventative care. Think of this as your professional blueprint, designed to save you a ton of time and seriously upgrade your hygiene standards.
All right, Section 1, the professional mindset. Diagnostics over muscle. We have to start by shifting our mindset. You see, true professionals, they don't rely on elbow grease. They rely on diagnostic chemistry. And this comparison perfectly illustrates the difference in efficiency. An amateur walks in and immediately thinks, how do I scrub this as hard as possible? But a pro steps back and asks, okay, what's the actual chemical makeup of this grime, and how much dwell time does the cleaner need? You diagnose the soil type first, so the chemistry does the heavy lifting, not your arms. Work smarter, right? Now, before you go spraying a single product, you need to treat a neglected bathroom like what it really is, a hazardous environment. That means throwing on your proper personal protective equipment. At the bare minimum, get yourself some nitrile or chemical-resistant gloves to stop chemical burns and limit bacterial exposure. And hey, if you're dealing with heavy molds or serious contamination, an N95 respirator is an absolute must. You're dealing with airborne particulates and some pretty potent chemicals, so protect yourself like an industry pro.
Moving right along to Section 2, chemical safety and hazards, the life or death reality of cleaning.
Listen, this is absolutely crucial because mixing the wrong household products isn't just a tiny mistake, it can literally be fatal. The biggest takeaway here, natural definitely does not mean safe. You've probably seen internet hacks telling you to mix common household cleaners to make some kind of super disinfectant. Yeah, never ever do that.
You absolutely need to memorize this matrix. If you combine bleach with vinegar or lemon juice, you get toxic chlorine gas. Mix bleach with ammonia, you get chloramine gas. Both of those will severely damage your lungs and can be fatal. Oh, and mixing hydrogen peroxide with vinegar creates peracetic acid, which is incredibly corrosive. So, the golden rule of the pros: finish one product, rinse the surface thoroughly with water, and only then apply the next one.
Also, always keep products in their original labels. Don't decant them into those cute, unlabeled spray bottles you see online. They get misidentified way too easily. And look, if an accidental exposure does happen, get to fresh air immediately and call the National Poison Control Hotline at 1-800-222-1222. Safety is non-negotiable. Okay, Section 3, the ultimate cleaning workflow. Dry to wet, top to bottom. Now that we're safe, let's build out the professional sequence that is going to cut you cleaning time in half and completely stop cross-contamination. Honestly, the fastest way to make a clean bathroom feel gross again is by cleaning it in the wrong order. If you stick to this strict 5-step sequence, gravity actually works for you. First, ventilate and declutter. Second, dry dust everything up high. If you introduce water too early, you just get muddy smears. Step 3 is a real game changer for efficiency. Pre-spray your descalers on the glass and taps, and let that chemistry dwell while you move to Step 4, which is damp cleaning from the cleanest area, the sink, to the dirtiest, the toilet. And finally, Step 5, floors are literally always last, and you're going to use a 2-bucket method.
Now, if you want to run the system like a business owner, you've got to implement color-coded microfiber cloths. Use one color strictly for your sinks and counters, and a completely different color for the toilets. And never move from cleaning the toilet back to the sink. On top of that, respect your chemical contact time. Disinfectants don't kill pathogens the second they touch them. They usually need about 5 to 10 minutes of wet contact time to actually sanitize. Oh, and when you're mopping, change that rinse water the second it gets cloudy. Clean water equals clean floors.
All right, on to Section 4, advanced restoration and descaling, conquering the grime zone. This is where we tackle the toughest stuff in the room. You literally cannot scrub away limescale with just a basic all-purpose soap. It's physically impossible. You have to diagnose it for what it is, a chalky, crusty mineral deposit of calcium and magnesium. And to break that down, you need to attack it chemically with an acid, like white vinegar or a heavy-duty professional phosphoric acid descaler. So here's your advanced toolkit for true restoration. For those super stubborn hard water rings in the toilet, grab a phosphoric acid bowl cleaner and let it dwell. If the ring is still fighting you, gently buff it out with a wet pumice stone, but keep it wet or you'll scratch the porcelain. Got hard water spots on your glass? Pros use 0000 grade ultra-fine steel wool. And to bring your tile grout back from a dingy brown to bright white, a high-temperature steam cleaner is going to be your absolute best friend. But please remember this fundamental industry standard. You must descale before you disinfect. Strip the soil first, then sanitize. A disinfectant is totally useless if it's trying to penetrate a surface where the bacteria is hiding underneath a literal microscopic shield of hard water scale or soap scum. Next up, Section 5, Hidden Hazards, Drains and Exhaust Fans. Okay, let's step away from the shiny fixtures for a second and talk about the hidden microbial hotspots that are secretly trashing your indoor air quality and plumbing. So, a typical bathroom exhaust fan is built to last about 10 to 15 years, but it's only going to last that long and actually do its job of pulling out steam if you maintain it. Every 6 months, you need to pull that plastic cover down and vacuum out the thick, suffocating layer of dust from the motor and blades. If your fan is super loud, but the room is still foggy after a shower, it's either choked with dust or the motor is completely dead. And do not ignore your floor drains. Neglected floor drains in bathrooms or laundry rooms are a massive liability. They sit at the lowest point, just swallowing hair, lint, and grease. Down inside that drain is a trap that's designed to hold a little bit of water. If that water trap dries out because it's not being used, noxious, toxic sewer gas will just flood right up into your property. It's a massive health hazard. The pro solution? Pour a bucket of hot water down those floor drains once a month to keep the trap sealed and always use a physical strainer to catch debris.
Finally, Section 6, Preventative Care, Automating Cleanliness. To wrap up our masterclass, we need to shift from reactive deep cleaning to proactive, automated systems that will save you so much time. The magic number here is 20. You need to run your ventilation fan for a minimum of 20 minutes after every single shower or bath. That pulls out all the lingering humidity that basically acts as an all-you-can-eat buffet for mold and mildew. Skip this, and you're just inviting fungi to colonize your grout. And notice how this all builds into easy daily habits. Squeegee your glass doors immediately after using them to stop hard water spots dead in their tracks. Hang your wet towels properly spread out on bars, no bunching them up near the toilet. Do a quick swipe of a neutral disinfectant in the toilet bowl every day to stop mineral rings from building up. And fix plumbing drips the second you notice them, because a dripping faucet is essentially a continuous mineral deposit machine. Build these tiny systems into your routine, and you'll drastically extend the time between those brutal deep cleans.
At the end of the day, mastering this space all boils down to one core philosophy that every professional swears by: method always beats muscle. Working smarter, understanding the chemistry, and respecting your workflow is what guarantees that premium result without breaking your back.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question. Which of these professional techniques are you going to implement today? Whether it's finally respecting chemical dwell times, adopting that top-to-bottom workflow, or just committing to running your fan for 20 minutes, your transformation from amateur to pro starts right now.